randomly say, put her on the stand, put her under oath, and we're going to subpoena her messages, this could present a version of Taylor that the public does not know about, right?
Candace Owens just lit the fuse. Taylor Swift might be forced to testify in the Blake Lively meltdown. Yep, turns out Blake name-dropped Taylor behind the scenes, dragging her right into the legal inferno. And now, Swift is trying to moonwalk out of the blast zone before things get explosive.
Swift is now fighting back hard.
Taylor's team is scrambling for cover, but here's the kicker. If Blake doesn't settle fast, your pop queen could be subpoenaed. All thanks to Blake's delusional PR maneuvers, Taylor might end up on the witness stand. Imagine her face when she realized her bestie just hurled her under the fastest flaming PR bus in Hollywood.
It was alleging that Blake Lively is lying, but is Taylor telling the truth, or is this just a strategy?
Now Taylor is playing the role of innocent bystander, just a poor pop icon who got caught in the vortex of someone else's chaos, pulled into the drama like a background extra in a scandal she never auditioned for.
You are so mean! My brain could taste your fingers and they tasted like hate. And where in God's name is the intimacy coordinator?
You're so lost, Mr. Wilson.
Her team's narrative? Blake Lively is the manipulative friend, the one who looped Taylor into her schemes without consent, then used their friendship as PR collateral in a war she couldn't control.
And there is an article that just got dropped in TMZ about an hour and a half ago, and they're making it clear that she wants nothing to do with this case. And not only does she want nothing to do with this case, she's calling out Blake Lively for lying.
But here's where it gets ugly. Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, just dropped a legal bombshell. If Blake doesn't settle, Taylor will be called to testify. And courtroom testimony is not a carefully curated Instagram caption. There's no filter, no Taylor's version, just cross-examination and uncomfortable questions under oath.
It says Taylor is also learning that Blake has been inappropriately leveraging her name for a long time, like telling a young actress that Taylor cast her, which simply did not happen.
That's why Taylor's entire inner circle is in full-blown panic mode. They know she can't sit in a courtroom describing how she became a pawn in Blake's Hollywood ego game. That's not brand safe. It's a career hazard. So they're flooding the media with one narrative. Taylor was dragged into this and wants nothing to do with it.
Connected source close to Taylor tells TMZ Taylor came to Blake's apartment at the time that Blake told her to, not knowing anyone else would be there. In other words, Taylor had no idea there was a meeting going on with Justin.
But this story is bigger than just A-list fallout. This isn't harmless gossip. It's a case study in elite media manipulation and celebrity power abuse. A group of Hollywood insiders tried to smear a man's career simply because he challenged their PR fantasy.
You also know that she's not being truthful about what happened that night at the penthouse. She's saying it was like, hi, bye, love the film, you're her boss. Not true.
This is what cancel culture really looks like at the top. Fake headlines, choreographed alliances, and reputations destroyed for sport. They almost got away with it, until the truth cracked the script. And no one's unraveling faster than Blake Lively.
If Taylor had said absolutely nothing to him, then she would have responded and said, what are you talking about? She was just coming into the house. Like, that wasn't to peer pressure you. Instead, she replies and says, oh, I got a few dragons, so I think Taylor's lying about that. So the real question is, why is Taylor Swift lying about that little exchange? And the answer is very simple. She does not want to get deposed.
Let's talk about the PR meltdown of the century, because Blake Lively is unraveling faster than a knockoff cashmere scarf. Her team is in overdrive trying to rebrand her as the true victim. Cue the violins. Now she's sobbing to the press that the lawsuits are emotionally draining her and Ryan Reynolds.
Deposition, legal deposition is not a song. It is not an album. You don't get to drop Taylor's version of events. You are under oath and you will be compelled to tell the truth. And Taylor cannot then call in a marketing guru to spin things to make her look innocent if she was in fact more involved in this project. And again, I believe she was.
According to Daily Mail, Blake is emotionally zapped. She's reportedly in severe anguish from the media pressure and legal chaos. Oh no, not the emotional toll of a scandal she helped manufacture.
Highlight in Daily Mail, Blake Lively sources say Justin Baldoni lawsuit is causing her and Ryan Reynolds severe anguish.
So now we're expected to feel sorry for the multimillionaire actress who masterminded a months-long PR smear campaign against Justin Baldoni? The same Blake who leaked, planted, and manipulated headlines is now the one who's suffering?
We're told that Blake Lively is quote-unquote emotionally zapped by her spate of lawsuits with Justin Baldoni, but she remains confident nonetheless that she will ultimately prevail, okay?
Let's drop the act. Blake isn't in anguish because she's innocent. She's in anguish because she got caught. And Ryan Reynolds, he's sweating. What he thought was a cheeky Deadpool-style roast has turned into a legal firestorm. He mocked Justin in movie promo skits, made jabs on red carpets, and assumed it was all fun and games. Spoiler, it's not. And just when Blake thought it couldn't get worse, surprise, she's being sued again. Enter Jed Wallace, PR firm owner, now suing Blake for defamation after she falsely accused him in legal filings of running a smear campaign against her.
I wanted to tell you also that I feel nothing. I literally feel nothing. So much nothingness. I've never felt more nothingness than when I read that article.
And what did Blake do when she realized she had zero proof? She quietly deleted his name from the lawsuit. No statement, no retraction. Just a stealthy little Kitarl plus Z, and hoped no one would catch it.
The other side of that, like what would have happened to Justin Baldoni? He would have been canceled. And the more that I watch and the more that I read, the more infuriated I become because it seems like it's never ending. I can't get to a bottom.
But Wallace did catch it, and now he's suing for damages, claiming Blake's baseless accusations tanked his business and reputation. Frankly, good. Because this is textbook Blake. Launch wild claims, let the media do the dirty work, and when reality hits, backpedal and pretend nothing happened.
I told you that these lawsuits are not going to stop. First one has now dropped. Blake Lively, she's being sued again. Like I told you, a lot of it involves the PR world. And so I'll just first read this headline. You have The Hollywood Reporter saying Blake Lively being sued for defamation by crisis PR firm in It Ends With Us feud.
And this is the con Blake Lively's been running from day one. The fake victim playbook, sue first, sob later, blame everyone else when the PR tides shift, quietly erase key facts, and hope the public stays distracted. But guess what? They're paying attention now. And Taylor Swift? She's already halfway to the lifeboats. Her PR team is moving at light speed to distance her from Blake's wreckage. Daily Mail and TMZ have dropped back-to-back exposés subtly framing Blake as the architect of this entire disaster, while painting Taylor as the clueless bystander. And then came the TMZ curveball. Taylor's camp now claims she was blindsided, literally lured into a legal ambush. According to the totally not pre-planned narrative, Taylor thought she was swinging by Blake's apartment for a chill hangout, but plot twist, Justin Baldoni just so happened to be there. The claim? Blake timed it so Taylor would walk in as Justin was walking out, forcing her into a mess she never agreed to.
She included as a defendant a man named Jed Wallace.
Let's pause for a second and appreciate just how completely deranged this makes Blake look. She's out here orchestrating ambush meetings like she's auditioning to be the next Bond villain, and Taylor Swift's team, they're leaning hard into that image, making it crystal clear Taylor had no part in Blake's plotting. But the real dagger? Taylor is reportedly stunned that Blake ever referred to her as her dragon. Translation: Taylor's saying, "What dragon? I was never fighting your battle." She's distancing herself so fast it's practically time travel. And just when you think the message couldn't get louder, Daily Mail drops another scoop. Not only is Taylor backing away, she's been warning Blake for years to dial it down.
Is what Blake wanted. She wanted to be able to file that, take it to the New York Times, get them to take down Justin Baldoni, and who knows, like it would have maybe been like, okay, we're going to resolve this in the background now.
Enter Candace Owens with a flamethrower. She goes in on the hypocrisy like a pro. Let's get this straight. Taylor Swift, queen of veiled insults and 17-track revenge arcs, is suddenly the voice of PR caution? Taylor is allowed to wage full-scale takedowns through catchy choruses, but Blake saying things out loud makes her the reckless one?
Our source says Taylor believes Blake timed her meeting with Justin so Taylor would arrive before he left, and is baffled by Blake later characterizing her as her quote-unquote.
Candace doesn't let Taylor off the hook. This isn't about who's more subtle, it's about who got caught. Blake is messy and obvious. Taylor, she's the silent assassin. And now that Blake's castle is crumbling, Taylor is pulling the ultimate vanishing act. Why? Not because she had a moral epiphany, not because Blake suddenly became too much. It's because she's terrified of being deposed. Court is not a remix. There's no Taylor's version under oath. If she testifies, every DM, every text, every voice memo becomes evidence. And if that PR curtain gets pulled back, her empire cracks. While Taylor stage dives out of the drama, Ryan Reynolds is probably hiding in a luxury bunker chugging aviation. Gin like it's holy water. Because if anyone's hands are all over this mess, it's his.
Daily Mail, also in TMZ again, saying that she had been advising Blake for years to tone it down, just to tone down your tude, right? And in the article, it says that Taylor Swift admires that Blake Lively is this ballsy chick who speaks her mind, that she swears like a trooper and refuses to be controlled by anyone. And that's part of the reason that they bonded and became so close 10 years ago.
Candace Owens lays it bare. Ryan wasn't a passive bystander. He was engineering the smear. The receipts? 2 leaked Deadpool 3 clips. The first? A direct parody of Justin Baldoni's film style, mocking his tone, his vision, his work. This wasn't cheeky. It was a calculated shot disguised as humor. The second clip? Even worse. It was so vicious it was reportedly cut from the final film. That's how far it went. Even Ryan's own team had to admit, okay, maybe this crosses the line. It wasn't satire, it was sabotage.
I want to be clear, that has the potential to humiliate Taylor, okay? She has carefully woven her brand as a nice girl, as a victim, as somebody who is never involved in any plotting or scheming. If they suddenly say, put her on the stand, put her under oath, and we're going to subpoena her messages, this could present a version of Taylor that the public does not know about.
And just when you thought the pettiness had peaked, let's talk about the Deadpool premiere. Every cast member from It Ends With Us was invited, except one. You guessed it, Justin Baldoni. Ryan made sure everyone was there to celebrate his film. Everyone but the guy they spent months dragging. And the worst part? Leaked texts show that Ryan allegedly used Taylor Swift's name as leverage, pressuring Justin to accept Blake's version of the script by implying Taylor approved.